Good morning students. This video is for class 6 science and today also we will continue with biology. In the last class we have already started with the topic called how communicable diseases transferred through one person to another, and we have completed till diseases that spread through air. Today we will start with diseases that spread through vectors. Diseases that spread through vectors. Insects such as mosquitoes, ticks and bugs, and animals such as dogs, cats and monkeys carry pathogens. That means they carry microorganisms. That they carry organisms that can affect any healthy person. These animals are called vectors, means they are not, just because they carry these pathogens, just because they carry these microorganisms, they are known as vectors, means agents, or vehicles that carry infection with them, or vehicles that carry the infection. The microorganisms that are responsible for infection, they carry these microorganisms and affect some healthy person. They infect a healthy person by biting. So when this, suppose these microorganisms are present in this kind of vectors, in this kind of animals, when they bite some healthy person, the healthy person get affected with this kind of diseases. Even though cockroaches and flies do not bite, they carry pathogens on their wings and feet. And house flies, then cockroaches, they do not bite, but then they carry this microorganism on their body, and whenever they sit on the food or whenever they sit on the body of any healthy person, these pathogens get transferred from the body of insects to the body of the healthy person, and this way the healthy person gets affected. An unhygienic environment is the perfect breeding ground for these vectors. So an environment which is not healthy, which is unhygienic, which is dirty, so this kind of environment, they are very perfect for these vectors to grow, for this microorganism to affect the healthy person. So you can see that they have given a list of pathogens, they have given a list of vectors, means the carrier and the diseases they carry. What are the steps to prevent this? How can we stop these vectors to spread the disease among healthy person? Number one, by cleaning unhygienic surroundings and clearing stagnant water and heaps of garbage, we can reduce many infections and diseases. In simple language, by keeping the environment clean. If we do not let water to get collected in a particular place, if we do not let any place to be filled with garbages, so the microorganism will not get a place to stay, will not get a place to make their houses, and this way we can prevent ourselves from getting affected by those microorganisms. If your surroundings are not hygienic, they can house cockroaches, mosquitoes, rats, stray dogs, etc. So if the environment is not proper, if the environment is not safe, if the environment is not clean, that means these vectors can make a house in that place, and they can transfer this disease from one person to another. To protect oneself from mosquito bites, one must wear full sleeve clothes. Use mosquito repellent at homes and mosquito nets while sleeping. So if you want to protect yourself from getting being beaten by mosquitoes, you should wear full sleeve shirt. Whenever you are sleeping, you should put on the mosquito net, or if you are in the house, you can use mosquito repellent. You get liquid in the market, by the smell of which mosquitoes keep away from you. Get the anti-rabies vaccination immediately if beaten by a dog. If a dog bites you, you immediately get the antidote, that is anti-rabies vaccine, in the government hospital, or you can sometimes nowadays you get in the private nursing home also. Use insecticides at home to avoid cockroaches, houseflies and ants. So we should use insecticides so that cockroaches, houseflies, ants, they remain away from our house. Cover prepared food and drinking water to avoid the spread of infection due to houseflies. We should cover the food, we should cover the water, so that no insects can sit on them, no insects can build a house in that. Avoid eating from roadside vendors or eateries. We should avoid eating junk food that are sold beside the road, because insects you never know, insects may fly and sit on those and can transfer the microorganism. In this way, we can prevent ourselves from getting affected. Next is prevention of diseases through vaccination. Prevention of diseases through vaccination. There are many diseases which can be cured, which you can protect yourself by getting vaccinated. So nowadays, nowadays very common is COVID, and we get vaccinated. It is not that it is going to cure you, but it is going to protect you from those viruses. So vaccination doesn't cure. Vaccination actually protects you from getting from getting affected by that disease and getting into a serious health problem. Vaccines are substances that can be administered to the body to prevent diseases like polio, measles, mumps, diphtheria, hepatitis, and tetanus. So these are vaccines which we actually take, which we actually grant, so that we can be safe by our health. So that no disease, no problem can affect our body or health. This process is called vaccination. Vaccination protects a person by not allowing the germs to multiply in case they enter the body. So as I have told you, vaccination doesn't protect you, doesn't actually help you to cure the disease. It actually helps you to prevent the multiple of the virus. When the virus enters our body, they keeps on multiplying, they keeps on increasing day by day. So this vaccine actually prevents them from getting into large number. Many communicable diseases can be prevented by spreading by vaccination at the right time. So there are many diseases which can be stopped, which can be prevented by getting vaccinated. If you get yourself vaccinated, you will protect yourself as well as others from these communicable diseases. Most of the vaccines are administered to a baby during the initial month after the birth of a baby to protect it against disease. So there are many diseases there are many vaccines which we actually take which we have already taken when we were small baby. Because in the initial stage of birth, after the birth takes place, the doctor prescribes us with all such kind of vaccines so that we can protect ourselves from those diseases. So I hope children you have understood till here. So for today we will keep it till here. In the next class we can continue with personal hygiene. So children, for today up to this much. Thank you class.